What's up guys, T here, and if you haven't heard already, patch 1.2 Sunflower is now live for Hearts of Iron 4. To keep you guys updated, I went through the patch notes and pulled out some things I either found important or interesting regarding gameplay, balancing, UI tweaks. One other note for my country tip series that I run for the new video that I'm supposed to be coming out tomorrow, it will be on Poland. It will most likely be delayed to Sunday due to some extracurricular stuff I have going on, so sorry about that. I don't plan on having it pushed back any further, so look for that sometime Sunday evening. For anyone new to my channel, I have lots of Hearts of Iron 4 tips, as well as various other content on my channel, so be sure to check that out. So everyone who mainly plays the AI, myself included, should be really happy with this patch. They made some really cool improvements. I'm doing this over some Day of Infamy footage because I've really been enjoying this game lately. Now I want to keep this quick, so let's get into the patch notes. So the major focus for Paradox during this patch was improving the AI, which was very much a needed thing to be improved, and one thing they fixed was AI frontlines. So instead of piling all their troops in Africa, not countering invasions very well like naval invasions, over-assigning places like Straits, like Gibraltar, having too many troops there, they kind of all fixed that so the AI is going to be more balanced across its front lines. Another change they made is the AI now apparently is smarter at using nukes and is actually going to start using them. I've never been nuked by the AI from all the games I've played, but apparently they're going to be able to remove factories and start building nuclear power plants. Also, they're going to be better at researching the tech needed. So I guess maybe we'll see some more nukes from the AI. It still remains to be seen. The other thing they fixed is the AI should now be smarter at editing their templates, which is something that could really help improve the AI because the AI often tends to use outdated, poorly designed templates. If they started including things like the Space Marines meta, maybe tweak so the AI knows how to use that, maybe that'll make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more challenging. I guess that remains to be seen. Supposedly, the AI should now be smart enough to evaluate current templates on the front lines and see if they should be changed or replaced by newer templates. Another thing they changed is the AI should not overextend as much as it used to. So instead of making long snake-like pushes to like ports or different things like that where they rush towards it and then they leave themselves exposed to being cut off, and really easy way to just take out a whole bunch of AI divisions. They're supposed to stop doing that now. The other thing is, part of that is the AI is supposedly better to be known to react to when it is about to be cut off and be able to react to that and prevent it so it doesn't get cut off and just destroyed like that. So hopefully that's a fix because that really did kind of make the AI suck even more than it already did. The next thing that is new is the AI production should be better to manage. It should be better at not only supplying their units in the field and making sure that they are supplied, so like it can now cancel like recruit and deployment in order to make sure that equipment's getting to the divisions in the field. It also should be better at balancing multi-type production, so like if it needs to make XYZ, you know, A, B, C, D, all these other things, it should be able to better balance that and make sure things are being produced at the necessary types instead of just like producing all of one thing and then not producing anything else. So that should help the AI be better supplied. Another big change they made is the AI should be smarter at attacking and defending. They should not be retreating from valuable VPs. Like say they're defending a 20-point city, sometimes they won't protect it as well as it should have, and thus you're going to take that really easily. They should be better at defending that. So supposedly the AI should be better at attacking now. They tweaked that the AI should now be more clever when deciding to activate an attack against undermanned fronts. The AI also will be less cautious against fortified enemies, so like if you're dug in, like entrenched, they should be less cautious, even if so there's not going to be any more hiding, like say you're way undermanned and they're entrenched, the AI doesn't attack. That shouldn't be a thing anymore. You're not going to be able to just hold lines with 24 entrenched infantry against 130 enemy attackers. They're going to attack now and actually destroy you instead of just sitting, which is cool. Another thing that they put in was apparently there was an error in the AI code that made the AI think the front was 1 or 2 smaller than it actually was, resulting in them not giving enough troops to that front, which would leave a hole for you to exploit. So that should be fixed, which is important for attacking when you're attacking the AI. So basically, all in all, the AI should be less careful, so we're going to see more AI offenses, and they should be a little bit better at defending their actual front lines. A really cool addition I'm happy they made is they included the Peace Conference mod. Basically what they did was they took a mod that a guy had made that improved the peace conference function in the game, and they just integrated it into the game, which I think is really cool to see them including that kind of community support. Basically, if you're not familiar with it, the AI is now more focused on choosing to annex states that are close to it, as well as puppeting states that it's actually connected to, rather than like kind of going all over the board, which is kind of an issue at times. And so if you want to see a little bit more about that, I'm going to actually link the mod in the description, so you can click on that and go check that out. Some changes that they made that are going to affect the player directly is that now when your units are not advancing because of like too low strength or organization, the shout mark, like the little red icon or yellow icon that pops up with it, it's actually going to explain what the exact reason is that they're not going to, so you can kind of figure out how to fix that easier. And another thing they added is when you have a naval invasion coming against your coast, you can see that someone's planning. They're now going to add a second part to that icon is now going to change to say that the enemy has actually landed in your coast. So no more looking at one front and like, okay, yeah, there's a naval invasion coming, and then snapping back and all of a sudden they're halfway across your territory. It's actually going to tell you they landed, so you can snap over there and crush that naval invasions before they start to spread out. So that's really cool. Glad to see them add that. Another thing that's really cool for Germany players is that you should no longer have crippled fighter production. So I haven't actually had time to look into this week, so supposedly I'm assuming this makes it so that you either have more factories or something along that line, so Germany can actually compete in the air war, which it did in real life. But right now, if you've ever played Germany, you know when you try to make fighters, if you're making a lot of fighters, you're really hurting your ground strength. So now we're going to actually be able to fight the Allies in the air as Germany, so that's really exciting. Now on to some actual balances they made. I'm really excited to announce that the evasion stats on ships no longer makes such like a important difference in the hit chance of the ships. So basically what this is saying, hopefully I'm hoping it's saying, is that this is the end of the light cruiser meta. I'm hoping, fingers crossed guys, because if you've watched my naval composition video, you really know that I like using a multi-purpose navy with capital ships, heavy cruisers, the works. So if that means the end of the light cruiser meta, I'm going to be just absolutely stoked. Another thing they changed is they reduced the naval ranges across the board, and that's just kind of a general fix. You're not going to be able to reach quite a far across the oceans from your ports. You're going to have closer ports to where you want to be in order to reach those destinations. Also, they changed so that ships with torpedoes, aka light cruisers, subs, destroyers, they're now going to attempt to get closer to the capital ships and larger ships in order to actually use those torpedoes and get in range to engage those torpedoes, because the torpedo range is much shorter than the actual gun range. So that's cool to see that that's coming into play. So now moving on to the army balances. A big change they made, which I'm actually super sad about because I really like my self-propelled artillery, is now that their gun upgrade only goes up to a plus 15% gain in attack rather than the plus 50% buff that it had before. So that's a really big knockoff. That's really disappointing for me. So that's a change I'm personally going to have to make. An upgrade that I like to see that they made, especially since I like light tanks, is speed upgrade is now stronger. They doubled the speed upgrade from 10% to 20%, so you're going to be able to go 20% faster now if you upgrade your speed all the way. That's really cool. They also made a support company balance, improving the value of the signal companies in my opinion, and basically now the initiative of the signal companies is going to give you even further planning speed effects, so you're going to plan even faster than you used to with the company, which is important because I thought it was relatively slow compared to the other buffs you could get with some of the other support companies. The other thing they did to damage my self-propelled artillery is now it almost cost twice as much production, which again, super sad about. I love my self-propelled artillery, but something we got to get around. And then the last thing I'd like to talk about here is they increased the mechanized infantry supply use by like 30%. So yeah, if you like mechanized infantry, they're going to be a lot more costly on the front line, and you're going to eat up your infrastructure points a lot quicker than you used to. So be aware of that. Alright guys, that does it for my notes on the Sunflower patch. I will link the full patch notes in the description. Hope this helps you adjust the new mechanics more readily. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped you, please leave a like, share. Any questions or comments you have, I would love to hear them below. We'll be sure to get back to you. Be sure to subscribe for more content, and as always guys, thanks for watching.